Well, you never got hit. Oh, I think you had a.
Oh, I have to qualify this now. This is a different situation because in our first 15 missions, I was flying with Brockett as a wingman.
Ah, that's right.
And during that period of time, we would fly in. We had no control of flying evasive action. That was up to the flight leader or the group leader, etc. Well, there was a time when we came back from a mission, and our crew chief told us we had over 100
Hole.
holes in the aircraft. And that made me realize how important evasive action might be. Of course, it has a lot to do with luck. And after the first 15 missions, I was assigned to the crew of Walter Harkins, whose bombardier had been taken away from him and had to be replaced. And then my first sighting operation with Clyde was another unique situation because the target was St. Gobain, a forest where there was a ammunition dump for V2 rockets located. Well, when they say forest, that meant it was camouflaged in a forest. And the main thing to hit the target is to be able to see it. Well, we were flying in a deputy position in a flight. It might have been the last flight in the group, I'm not sure. But I recall I had no rapport with the experienced flight leaders, and I attended a briefing group that was primarily for enlisted and wingman toggaliers, which meant I didn't get the target pictures, the same package of information that the other group got that were leading flights and groups. But the young man briefing said this target might be hard to see. And he did not even give me a picture of the target because I was in deputy position anyway. And but he said, if you can't see it, try to pick out some reference marks for your crosshairs. Now the target should be about right here in this clump of trees.
He was showing you that on a picture.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, during the flight, the lead of the flight decided for some reason that he had to abort. And he left. That meant that I had to take over and Clyde had to fly in there to the target, which he did. And I put my crosshairs on reference points, like possibly a roadway and maybe a part of the forest, which the, uh, the the forests were very well defined and they were printed on the maps and they were very well maintained, the shapes. And so it made it easy in that sense to establish the proper reference lines, which I did, and fortunately the bombs fell where I aimed them. When we got back, it seems that no one had hit the target. except there was one huge explosion from our bomb pattern. And it had been determined that we had hit the target. And the group bombardier says, "But did you see the target? How did you see the target?" I said, "I didn't see it. I used reference points." That was my first sighting operation. So you see, I had two experiences that sort of established my background before it even got started. Just, you might say, luck. Of course, there were other situations that arose.
The evasive action and getting your reference points. Those were your two?
At the beginning, yeah.
Yep.
But that's the only time I ever had to use reference points.
Yep.
But you can't hit a target unless you can see it, except in a situation like that. And you had to have a good level for your gyroscope. When you tell a pilot to fly straight and level, he has to level that aircraft. If it's one bit off, when you uncage a gyro, it's off, and your bomb sight is not accurate when you synchronize. So at a different period, Colonel Brown called me up from inside the officers' club that we were at in France, and he says, "Butterfield, how is it you always hit the target?" And I told him, "Colonel, I got a good pilot." What I didn't tell him was that he flew, when I asked for a level, he gave me an accurate level. Now, I don't know how many other bombardiers had a problem with that sort of thing, but Clyde, when I asked for a level, he flew that aircraft level. And that made all the difference in the world, whether you could hit it after you saw it.
Well, I'm gonna go scan over there really fast, and then can you tell us about the Mayan mission?
The what mission?
The Mayan bridge.
Oh, yeah.
So this is the Mayan bridge mission that Warren flew in.
Oh,
And that's
the strike photo down below.
That's the strike photo down below. There's the medals that Warren was awarded for his service.